Hi, everybody. Angel here. I hope you're doing great. And today I'm super excited to speak with Tundi. We'll get started very soon. So thanks for joining.
No,
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How about you? Can you hear me right?
Yes, yes, yes. Perfectly.
Oh, amazing. My
So
first
this is the first time.
live.
Yeah, this is the first time
Yeah,
we're seeing each other face to face.
yeah, yeah.
So I want to say thank you to everybody who's joining, either live or on the replay. I want to ask you to let us know where you're tuning in from around the world in the comments. That's always super interesting to hear where you are. And before we get started, I want to thank you, Tunde, so much for taking the time to come on and chat with me. And I want to let everybody know that we met on Clubhouse a
Yeah.
few months ago, and that's how we became connected, and we've chatted a few times, and I am just super thrilled about today because well, Tunde already knows the story, but my vegan journey started in a country that's very important to Tunde. So let's just jump right in there because we have a lot to talk about today. And I want to ask you, first of all, Tunde, if you would share with us, please, your plant-based vegan journey, how you started and how you ended up to where you are today.
Yeah, sure. Um, I love to talk about that topic myself. It's always good. So yes, so it started actually in beginning of December. I think is the worst time when you can start any diet because of
Yes.
Christmas. But
Yeah.
I love challenges. So so yeah, I decided to go for it. How it started actually, I had lots of health issues like IBS and really painful periods. So I was searching online, what should I do? How to get some relief without medication. I really didn't want to go on medication. So I went on YouTube actually and find a very interesting video about the professor were talking about how the vegan diet, oil-free diet helped to his patients. And I was like, okay, interesting. I never heard about that before, that maybe could help. But he was telling about, the sex hormones and the estrogen levels rising if you eat animal products, especially like dairy products
Hmm.
and all these kind of things.
Hmm.
So he was really recommending to just try this for a few months until at least you clear your body and go oil free. So I started to do on my own. I didn't know much of what I'm gonna eat and how I'm gonna do this. So I don't know how I ended up on Clubhouse, but I literally just registered that time. And I ended up in a room where someone was talking about, how he reserved the disease with the plant-based diet and oil-free, salt, sugar-free. So we connected, and he was kind of helping me, okay, how I should do this. And I was a little bit scared because, first of all, I had a massive like sugar addiction. I think it was probably also related to the hormonal
Yeah.
problems because especially during the period of time, I was
Yeah.
just craving chocolate and all the sweets,
Yeah.
and so I think it's kind of related. And so he helped me to kind of design the plan what to eat. So at the beginning, it was very strict. And I was very strict with myself because I said, okay, I had enough of the pain.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this one day to the other. I still had some like eggs in the
Yeah.
fridge and some meat in the freezer. So I was just giving straight away them away. I said, I'm not going to finish them and I start in a few days. I said, no, I'm going to start it now because, I was just in the mindset that I want to heal myself.
Yeah.
And in those ways I'm very strict. So if I put something in my mind, I'm go till the end. And yeah, so I give away all the food that could, distract me, and went to shop, bought lots of beans, lots of lentils, and other veggies. And so he told me that I had to just like blanch the veggies, not to overcook, and I shouldn't use salt or oil. And I was like, how is that gonna taste? Like, and then he said, just at least 10 days, try this, and you will heal and you will get better. So I was like, okay. So I went into it and I started to do it. And also first I was really scared of, eating beans because I was like, that's not gonna work with me very well. And then he said, just because when you have a bad bacteria overgrowth, that's when you get symptoms from the beans and all these kind of uh, veggies. So yeah, I didn't feel very well at the beginning, but probably after 4 days, everything like changed. So I didn't have the bad symptoms. I started to, I think enjoying the food. I was using like I think tomato paste to make kind of tomato soups and to have some like excitement in the beginning. And yeah, I remember I used lots of like Italian herbs to make it some kind of tasty. And yeah, first, I was missing the salt. I was missing the oil, but I said like, okay, I can live without this for a while because why not? And after that, I really noticed my taste bud changed. So I was eating, I remember, lots of carrots and like sweet potato. And I was telling him like, I don't know, these were always this sweet, or it's really sweet. I really my soup had no sugar, but they were so sweet that I was like, oh my God, it's just like too much. So that was very interesting experience for me. That literally when you are not vegan and you eat in all this processed food, you have no idea how the food really tastes. And it was just a big, like drop for me. Like, oh, okay, so this is how carrot tastes. This is how sweet potato tastes. Good to know. And they are really really sweet. But because we used to all these chemical sweet, we just don't know what is that. And now we're so addicted to that taste that when you eat a carrot or something, it just tastes less. And in fact, it's not. You just have to kind of heal your taste bud, and then everything gonna taste amazing, and you're gonna love your veggies. So that was a good thing. But then Christmas was coming, and I was invited to a Christmas dinner in a restaurant, which wasn't a vegan restaurant. But I didn't want to cancel because it was a big gathering, and they had, I think, something like I don't know, it was vegan or vegetarian, but definitely something veggie dish. So I went for that, but it had oil and salt and everything, of course. But it was after my 10 days, so it wasn't that bad. But then I went to my friends for Christmas, where there was a traditional Hungarian heavy meal, like stuffed cabbage with smoked pork thing. And I was like, I haven't had this for a year, and I just want to taste it because it's like it brings back memories and everything. That was my biggest regret because I was extremely sick the next day.
Oh
So
my
I felt like
gosh.
I was eating a rock or something in my stomach. I really couldn't digest it. I felt horrible, and I was asking all kind of medication, to 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 feel better. And then I said, okay, never again this type of heavy meals
Yeah.
or like food.
Hmm.
So yeah, since then I'm sticking to my veggies. Um, I had sometimes seafood. I know it's not great, but there were some like again friends invitation, and then I didn't want to be rude or anything. So, but I really like at home. I don't use oil at home. So when I cook, um, I use like soy sauce. I
Hmm.
I try not to use salt.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love cooking, and I learned like some kind of desserts, my brownie and things like that. So I always discover new things, and I'm discovering London's vegan restaurants. And I take all my non-vegan friends there, and they love it.
Ooh,
So I try to convert everyone, but not like in a how to say, like forceful way
right.
to you should be vegan because no, come with me and try, and then they I don't know, it's like yeah, but I'm not gonna have enough protein and blah blah blah. Yeah, just come. And then they eat the food. Are you still hungry? Do you miss something? Oh no, I'm full. It was so good. And they love the desserts and everything. So yeah, it's really really fun to see them enjoying it and everything. And as they see, this is how healthy food tastes. So yeah.
I am so impressed that I'm the same way. Like once I make up my mind, I'm like I'm doing it. Like I'm doing it right now, overnight, right now. So I can really relate to that you were saying. And I think what is so beautiful that you're sharing today is also that within 10 days or so, you're feeling a difference. And I remember you came into a clubhouse room that I had, and I think you were on day 5, and you were like, oh my gosh, I've already seen changes. I'm already feeling better. And I'm like, oh my gosh, 5 days. This is awesome. And then of course,
Yeah.
the days and the weeks and the months went on, and you came back and you shared. So I just really want to applaud you for listening to your body, doing your research, exploring, experimenting, and also sharing with your friends, and like, just sharing this beautiful diet and lifestyle with them. I think that's really amazing. Now, you mentioned
Yeah.
Hungary, and so Hungary is the reason that I am vegan, I think, because I was first taken to a vegan restaurant in Hungary 4 years ago this very month.
Mhm.
And my
Yeah.
first my first trip to a vegan restaurant was 4 years ago yesterday.
Oh,
I looked at my
wow. Yeah.
photos. I looked at my photos and I was like, oh my gosh, it was yesterday. And this was not planned between Tunde and myself, this live at all, to happen this month at all. It just, I don't know if it's the universe or what happened. And I won't
So
go into details about how we ended up having this live, but it is so weird because I thought, oh my gosh, let me just check my photos and see, because I knew it was April for sure. And
mm,
I checked my photos, and I was like, I cannot believe my first vegan restaurant was April 24th, 4 years ago. And from there, I started Googling in Budapest because I was there on a for a yoga workshop, and a woman who said she's a vegetarian, because I was vegetarian pescatarian for over 20 years before I went vegan. I was in my own little bubble. I was really avoiding dairy and eggs because of my digestion, and I knew that fish was toxic with mercury, etc. But I didn't know that wild salmon wasn't really wild, but I thought it was wild. I thought it was coming from this super clean river somewhere in the world, and it was super clean. That's what I thought. And I also thought I needed salmon for healthy fats, omega 3s. So anyway, when this person took me to a vegan restaurant, I was like, oh my gosh, you mean I don't have to order a dish without meat, without fish, without dairy, without eggs? I cannot believe it. What has happened here? And I just started Googling and Googling, and then I found another one, another vegan restaurant in Budapest, and I went there, and I was just like, I cannot believe this. And so anyway, I just started to do my research also to figure this out. And of course, it took me a while to figure it all out. But yeah, so I just want to say, hats off to Budapest, Hungary. Such a beautiful city. And hats off to my friend who took me there. And yeah, no, it was just super duper amazing. So when I met Tunde on Clubhouse, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it.
yeah.
And what is really nice to me, and I don't know how you feel about this, but what was really nice too was that the vegan restaurants in Budapest where I went, they had actually veganized local dishes, and that was really nice. They made them vegan, even though they were like traditional dishes. And I don't know how you feel about like doing that in your diet, or like I don't know if you go somewhere, but they super succeeded.
Mhm. Do you know the name of the restaurant?
Yeah, one is called Vega City, Vega City, and the other one starts with E. I will send you the name after. It's in a beautiful little square with a water fountain there. It's just amazing. It's on the side where the castle is. Is that
Okay.
Pest?
Mhm. The, the castle is on Buddha.
That's Buddha. I always get Buddha and Pest mixed up. when
Yeah.
when I was there, it took me a few days to figure out where on earth I was. Am I on the Buddha side or the Pest side? I don't know. I just know I'm in Budapest. I don't really know anything. Okay, so it's on the side where the castle is of the river. We're talking about the
Mhm.
river Danube here. So anyway, yes, I will send you the name. It starts with an E, and I'll send that to you
Absolutely.
after. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that because I have told my kind of vegan story many times, and it's so cool to have someone who knows Hungary like Tunde does. So Tunde,
Yeah,
tell
but I
us.
didn't know we have vegan restaurants.
Yes, yes. And I follow some vegans in Hungary on Instagram. And one of them is a chef, and he's super talented. I'll send you his link after as well. Yeah, no, but
Cool.
veganism is really picking up in Hungary, and in the vegan travel groups on Facebook that I'm a part of, several people ask for recommendations in Budapest. And so, some of us just kind of put the restaurants that we know about, and but it's really picking up.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, where you are now, I mean, it's like amazing. You have so many vegan restaurants there, so many plant-based options there.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, I'm just discovering them. And yeah, they are just so tasty, so good. And what I really love, like before that, I always had issue when I'm going on a date. Oh my God, what I'm gonna eat that not
Yeah.
gonna upset my stomach. Honestly, like it wasn't easy, and I just really hated that. And
Mhm.
no, I don't. If we go into a vegan restaurant, I don't have to worry about anything because I know there's not gonna be accidentally any milk in it or cheese or whatever hidden, which in other places they always ask you any allergies and everything, and I always say, and then I still end up in a bathroom. So it's
Yeah.
just not great.
No.
And so that's why I love in the vegan restaurants that I never had issue after. And you don't feel that bloated. You just feel like nicely nourished or something, like, so it's just different, and I really love it. So I have no regret to leaving the animal products behind. Yeah.
That is so awesome. And before I ask you my next question, I do want to say too that one of the first things that I noticed when I went vegan was I didn't feel full. Like I didn't feel like my stomach was bursting full. Um, besides the bloating that would happen after, it was like I didn't really feel stuffed. I felt satisfied. Like you said, I
Yeah.
felt nourished, but I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, my stomach is going to like burst here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a really cool experience that you've had as well. So I do want to ask you, well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody who's joining. Please put your questions and comments down below for Tundi, and she'll be happy to answer as we go along. And also, Tundi, if you would be willing to share some of the challenges that you face along your journey. I know you mentioned, well, no, first of all, yeah, well, let's do the challenges. I know you mentioned, for example, social gatherings and not wanting to like, upset people. And I know I went through that as well. When I was vegetarian, I went through that. And I just got used to it, quite frankly. And then everybody else got used to it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, well she doesn't eat meat, so let's not do that," you know. And so then they would have like special dishes for me, either vegetarian or pescatarian. But it does take a while. But are there any other challenges that you found along your journey that you would like to share?
I think, yeah, that was really the biggest. And I think I still sometimes have I think my sugar cravings, which I still believe is like the hormonal related. And yeah, unfortunately, I just discovered that I have endometriosis and PCOS and things like that. So yeah, I still need a lot of going on the healing journey, very on the beginning, but I do everything I can to reduce the inflammatory uh, foods, at least in my diet,
Mhm.
because I think that's the most important. And yeah, so that's what challenges me, like before the period, during the period, to to stay away from sugar. I think that's something that's quite a challenge.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting better even with that. It probably is, it takes time.
Yeah,
It's just like
it does.
yeah, and also like yeah, the right mindset and just write down your goals, what you want really, and why you're doing it, and stick to it. And yeah, other challenges, yeah, it's really about just to going out and just think about that what I'm gonna eat and just find always the good options. And like we had our like first barbecue this year, and then all my friends were preparing their chicken and burgers and everything, and I said, hold on, I'm just gonna go to the shop and get my veggie burger. I
Yes!
brought my veggie burger, and I made my little veggie burger, and had my sweet potato and salads and everything, and it was just fun. It's like you know I don't want to kind of unfriend my friends, not meeting with them just because they're on a different view, because maybe they will change their mind at some point when they see my healing journey, for example, that's gonna talk for itself. So I don't have to say, but this would help you and this would change your life and everything, because we don't like that. Like as especially as hypnotherapist, I see that the more conscious effort you try with a subconscious program, is the less going to work. So that's why in hypnosis you are in like in a relaxed state, and you can reach the subconscious, and we commanding the subconscious, not consciously telling you that you shouldn't eat meat because it's bad for you. And but in deep inside there is something run that your mom always said, you wanna get strong, you need to eat all your meat and things like that. So, and if I'm telling you now consciously that it's bad for you, shouldn't eat, the deep inside, but there is this, no, my mom always said it's good. Like, no, I don't agree with you. So yeah, that's fine. And so yeah, I don't know what other challenges. I think it's more what I realized, to be honest, is actually I'm saving money since I
Woo!
don't eat meat,
There you go.
because literally I was sometimes on two slices of steak a day.
Really?
And yes,
Wow.
and that's
Yeah.
not cheap,
Yeah, I
because
imagine.
I try to buy quality one, not like the cheapest one,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
like not nice. So
Yeah.
it's not cheap. And
Mm.
now just like buying all the vegetables and lots of beans and lentils, they are really cheap, and they are very nutritious and taste good, and you can make a lot of different dish with them. So I noticed that actually it's helping with my budget. So those who want to save money, highly recommend them to go on plant-based diet, because yeah, now this everything is more and more expensive. This definitely can help to save some money. And yeah, I don't know if there is really other challenges.
But and I want to thank you for being so honest, because one of the myths that we face in the vegan world is that a plant-based diet is expensive. To be a vegan, it's more expensive, and we are constantly, regularly debunking and squashing this myth because people feel like it's expensive. Yes, it can be expensive if you're going to eat gourmet plant-based vegan food. In the same way, if you're going to eat gourmet traditional standard diet meals, and so I just want to thank you for giving that example, because it's so frequent that people are misinformed, or maybe they're also using it as an excuse just not to change, or also there's this part too where they've heard it somewhere, and so like you were saying about the subconscious, they've heard it somewhere, it's stuck in their subconscious somewhere, and so when they're faced with this conversation about vegan diets, they're like, oh, no, but it's expensive. Oh yeah, but I heard it's expensive. They don't even probably know where they heard it and when they heard it, but like you're saying, it's in there and it surfaces, and like, oh, no, 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 I can't do this, it's too expensive. So I want to thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that up. And I want to
Yeah. No,
ask,
obviously you need to cook well. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so what are some of the changes that you have experienced so far on your vegan diet?
yeah. So the quickest what I noticed was, and I would never imagine that I'm going to be able to again eat vegetables like broccoli and like beans without any side effects. So I thought, I have to eliminate all those foods from my life for the rest of my life because, I can't digest it. And and yeah, I was so scared, when I'm being kind of forced, you have to eat your beans and it's gonna clear your gut and everything and it will be fine. And that's when I had to really, just stick to it and
Yeah.
go until the change and don't give up because of the side effect. And it happened so quickly, really. I think after maybe just 4 days, I felt, better. So my tummy became like flat, not like this 3 months pregnant belly that uh, some of us experience.
Yeah.
And I could enjoy beans like all day long, and I didn't have any issue. And so that was the first thing. So I would say part of my, I think, IBS is being healed.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, I think I'm still lactose intolerant, but I
Of
don't want to eat those
course.
products. But
Of
they
course.
literally, if I eat anything like accidentally a little bit, it goes through my body straight away. So my body tells, what is this? I don't want it. So yeah, that's definitely not working. And so at the beginning, so if someone would just try to convert their diet, be prepared that you go into detox. So I had so much spot on my neck, on my face, like I look like probably never in my life. Even when I was young, I didn't have so much breakouts, but this time, yeah, it was just catastrophic. And it took like, I don't know, maybe 2 months,
Yeah.
3 months, I don't remember now, but quite some time to clear out. And yeah, you have to be patient, and just know that it's not going to last forever, but you have to go through those phases to clear uh, from inside all the toxins and everything what you were eating before. And so that was something that I wasn't kind of probably emotionally prepared because I'm kind of like I care a lot about my appearance, and oh my god, I look horrible,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just putting so much makeup to cover everything, and yeah, it wasn't nice. But yeah, it's better now. And what has I? Oh, yeah. So I had lots of like um, hair loss. and I noticed that that got better. So when I wash my hair and brush my hair, it's not as much as it was before. So probably some other inflammation being removed from my body. And yeah, what I'm still working on is like, for example, the my period issues, but unfortunately it probably takes a bit longer.
Yeah.
And so my friend said I really need to stick to the oil-free
Yeah.
diet
I
for a
agree.
while to really help with that,
I agree.
which is a little bit hard just when it's summer, you want to socialize, you want to go out and want to eat out, and it's kind of impossible. Like even maybe I don't know, maybe yeah, I can eat a salad, and just tell them don't put anything on it. but yeah, it's not gonna be that fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit harder. But yeah, I wanna try my best to
Yeah.
really heal that as well, because that's why I started the whole thing. So
Yeah.
hopefully.
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, I'm sorry that you're still experiencing some challenges. I think the encouraging part in your story and your journey is that you have seen several improvements already, which is a
Yeah.
super good sign. And what I would say, like for cravings, is maybe eat some fruit. I know for me, that's how I dealt with my sweet tooth. I grew up eating sweets, and I would just use it as like an emotional crutch, or like cravings as well. And then when I would replace like a pastry or a cookie or something like that with some dates or bananas or some other fruit, then I wouldn't have those cravings. And the good
Yeah.
news is they say that our taste buds can, adapt in about 3 weeks on average. Some people it's longer, some people it's shorter. Our gut bacteria only takes a few days to adjust, and you saw it just within a few days, 4 or 5 days. You saw it, so that's really encouraging. So yeah, I just wanted to mention those points. And then you also mentioned like the lactose intolerance. So, I'm lactose intolerant myself. That's why I, stopped using dairy as much as I could, even though I was vegetarian, pescatarian. In my research, I found that about 2/3 of the global human population is lactose intolerant. And the other third has had some genetic mutations over many generations. And that's why they're not lactose intolerant. But we're really not designed to consume the milk of another species. I mean, it just makes zero sense. It makes no sense at all. And that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I mean, I think you are on the right track. And for anyone who's listening to Tunde's journey here, I want to say that I know some vegans who actually take their own dressing with them to
Oh,
restaurants in a little jar. And they make their own, oil-free oil-free dressings at home, and they take it in a little jar, and then they just pour it over when they get to the restaurant. And I know one vegan, she takes an avocado with her, and she posts it on social media how she takes her avocado with her, and then when she goes somewhere, she orders a salad, and whatever they can put on it that comes from the garden, plant-based obviously, and then she will just pull out her avocado, and if they don't have it, because a lot of places don't have avocado, and she will just add the avocado to her salad. So there's so many. It's true. I'm gonna send you her link as well. For anyone who's interested, her name, she goes by Tanny Raw, Tannyraw. Oh my gosh, she's such an inspiration to me. So she travels with her little avocado, and she actually puts it in her story sometimes and on her profile feed. So it's just she's just incredible. So those are
yeah.
just two tips. You can take your own dressing, you can take your avocado, and what I was doing when I was traveling, going out to eat, I was putting like lemon over my salad. I would ask for like a little bit of lemon juice on the side to put it over my salad. And another time, I was in a certain place, and I just poured orange juice over it. Like they had like freshly squeezed orange juice, And I just poured orange juice over my salad as a dressing because, I didn't want to eat it like dry. And so that was just, a little trick that I kind of came up with just to, like moisten it a bit and give it that flavor. So yeah, those are just some suggestions.
Yeah, no, sounds good. And I'm a avocado freak as well.
Really? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
probably eat every day. And yeah, I know I was just doing like this green smoothie every morning, which I'm drinking like until kind of lunch because like it's quite big and I just, I'm working and drink a bit, working, drink a bit. And I put like lots of stuff in it, like banana to have some kind of, filling.
Yes.
And I love pear in it and lots of spinach
Yeah.
and what else? Sometimes I put a date or
Yeah.
a nut, but
Hmm.
yeah, love dates as well,
Yeah.
and celery just to
Yeah.
have some kind of
And that gives you the
saltiness.
saltiness, like the
Yeah,
sodium, that gives you the
yeah,
minerals,
yeah,
I mean, a whole ton of
yeah,
other nutrients too, but it gives you
yeah,
lots of minerals too.
yeah, yeah, and just always add a little bit of like spirulina in it,
Yeah.
and yeah, these kind of stuff, and so now I have um let's say quickly. Uh, for the omega-3,
Oh
I
yeah,
use
like
this seed,
flaxseed.
flaxseed.
Flaxseed,
Yes,
yeah,
sorry.
that's really good.
Yeah, so flaxseed. Well, I put it in like 2 spoon, and yeah, I'm surviving with that until lunch.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I made myself a little flaxseed pudding yesterday evening, and I'm looking forward to making another one this evening.
Oh, you have to share. You have to share
It's super
that with me.
simple. I had some like green water. You mentioned spirulina and all that. So I just have like a superfood green powder that has like different greens in it. And I put that in water. So I had some of that left. And so I just put like maybe, I don't know, it's probably like maybe 300 milliliters of water, of the green water with the greens in it, and then I put like a few tablespoons of flaxseed and some apple, like little bites of apple, and mixed it all up. And oh my gosh, it just tasted like such a dessert. It was like a little pudding, I just made it on the fly. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, sometimes I do things like that. Just whatever I find and just mixing, and then sometimes it's good. Like sometimes
It,
it turns out, oh, this is nice actually.
it is. It is. Yeah. Someone mentioned in the chat, orange juice and honey makes a good dressing as well. So as vegans, we don't use honey because they come from bees in the animal kingdom. So what we would do is like orange juice and dates would be awesome, or figs. Or if you want to go a little bit more processed, you could do date syrup or maple syrup. Those are a little bit more processed, but you could use like the raw dates, and put it in there and make an amazing salad dressing as well. So yeah. So Tunde, tell us a bit, please, about mindset. You coach people on mindset, and specifically related to a change in diet, such as going vegan, plant-based. How does mindset play into this whole um, life change?
Yeah, so as I said, we bring all our beliefs from our family. So if you're not coming from a vegan family, then probably we've been raised by that you need the meat to get strong and healthy, and you need that type of protein, and you need the milk to get strong bones and all these kind of things. So these are sitting in our subconscious mind, and so if someone comes like anyone, like a coach, and just say, you shouldn't do that, that's bad for you, and they just say, no, because that's their beliefs and that's their truth, and that can be changed like consciously and with force, because yeah, the more is the conscious force, the less is the subconscious response. So what we do is really, first we need to identify what kind of limiting beliefs someone has. So, need to set the goal, what you want. Like, let's say, yeah, someone want to became plant-based or vegan or something, but they still, on the fence. Like, I don't know, like, if will I be have all the nutritions and vitamins and everything I need, and all this kind of. That's what most people have in their mind. And I'm gonna lose my muscles and everything. So we need to find out where those beliefs coming from, and are those beliefs actually their beliefs or someone else? Because maybe we're gonna find that, yeah, my father was working on the fields, and he was a big strong guy, and he was always eating, I don't know, 5 chicken and things like that. So that's what he saw. That's what he put in their mind, that my dad is strong because he was eating 5 chicken. So if I want to be strong, I need to eat 5 chicken a day. But once we explain them that that's just a belief, and now it's been shown that the vegetables has high protein as well. You have to obviously find which ones and how to do your diet to have the amount that you need for your daily activities or your exercising or whatever you want to achieve. But you can have it from the vegetables. So once we remove the limiting beliefs and like emotions from their events that that create, because we go back in hypnotherapy to their events that all to do with why they believe something, and then they realize that, oh, actually, yeah, this is not even my beliefs. It was my mother, my father, my someone. Then we can remove it and we can replace it. So that's when we reprogram the mind with the positive, supporting beliefs that they need. And I don't tell them what they need. They tell me what they want to achieve. And I just create an audio on those beliefs, because I don't know if what they would like to have in the future. So they tell everything, about their relationships, their ideal looks, their health, their everything. And I just help with that to picture that, because our subconscious mind, it's like a little kid. It's only can work with pictures, and the more vivid the picture, it's the better, for the subconscious mind to create that, to make that picture a reality. That's what literally happened. And yeah, it's so amazing, and I'm so happy actually. Like, my brother didn't really believe in in me before, and he had some issue with alcohol, and he gained lots of weight, and he had lots of health issues. He was taking heart medication, high blood pressure medication, cholesterol, gallbladder issues. Like, he has a gallbladder stones. He waiting for surgery. He wasn't in a bad state. Let's just say that. And I really wanted him to have hypnotherapy, but I didn't want to do it for him because of our relationship. I don't think it's healthy, because if he had any kind of negative belief relating me, he might not gonna say it, might say it and it's gonna hurt me, or things like this. So I think it's just not healthy. So I was asking a friend to if she could help him and do session, but actually never made the call. So I was like, fine. And then after, it just messaged me like, hey, I can't really sleep. I have this insomnia. Can you help to do something with it? Like, I like your voice, so maybe you could do something for me. So I made him an audio. First time I made it actually in Hungarian, because at the moment I only do therapy in English. So it was a bit struggle for me to,
Yeah,
like, how do I say these things in Hungarian,
yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't really use much Hungarian now. Like, I'm in the UK for 10 years.
Wow.
So I created an audio for him, which I use like command cell therapy, which is kind of, directing your cells and all your DNA to go back to the blueprint. Even so, if someone born with already some illnesses or disease or anything, then we would say just go back before birth, where the blueprint was all perfect. And you just program in your mind and command your mind to just go back to the original imprint, and everything is perfect. Obviously, I'm talking like maybe 20 minutes or more, and you have to listen this every day, and this way you reprogram your mind. So I sent this to him, and I had no idea, if to listen on it or not. And he said he was listening like in the evening, but most of the time he fell asleep. And I said, that's not a problem, because it's still going into your
Yeah.
subconscious. Like your subconscious is always like CCTV, 24/7. It's recording everything that's happening around you. So it still
Love
went
it.
into his subconscious. And after 2 months, he messaged me, and we were talking about something like, he messaged me something silly, and I said, "Oh, are you drunk?" And he was like, "Well, I don't drink for 2 months." I was like, "What?"
That's
and then and
beautiful.
then and I said, I'm exercising, and he was sending me picture in an outside gym. He's doing pull-ups, and then he sent me a picture of he almost having six pack now, instead of the big belly,
Oh,
and
bless
he
him.
lost 13 kilograms
Oh my
in in
gosh.
uh, in 2 months, and
That's
it's still not,
amazing.
yeah, and he is like such a different person. Like he is motivated, he is calm, he is kinder. He's just I'm so happy for him, honestly. Like this was all I was praying for, because my parents passed away, unfortunately. So he was my only family, and I was like, I don't want to go on another funeral. So I'm really really thankful and grateful for, like, this change. And if I was even a little bit of part of it, is just amazing. If I was a lot of part of it, then even better. But, I really believe this, thanks to this, because why it didn't happen before, like in the last 20 years. And something shifted. And so, yeah, I think hypnotherapy is so powerful. And what I always say, we have the key inside of us. But the therapist does really is just turn it, because it's already inside of you. We just, kind of, we know how to get it going. And sometimes it's not that easy, if you try to do this self-improvement, learning from books, or I signed up for a lot of like courses, which sometimes I'm not even logged into because I've forgotten or something. So what I really recommend to people, do coaching where you actually have a set time. Like with me is like I have now 12 weeks program, and every week, once a week, we meet up, and I'm taking you, accountable, that I give you some tasks to do, and also I'm keep, give you the program, and I keep holding that program to go in, not to fall off. Because, if I would create something, yeah, you can download and then you can do it yourself.
No,
How many of us really,
no.
stay and do it and have the discipline? If you would have discipline, you wouldn't even come to me in the first place, because your life would be perfect already, and your body would be perfect, and everything, because you're disciplined. So if you have disciplinary issues, and to be accountable and things like that, then you really need help. And find a specialist in the area what you have a issue with, and really put your time in it, put your effort in it. Because I always say, I ask my clients, like, okay, so who is responsible for the change, to happen? And then first they say, "What, you?" And I was like, no. Okay, 50-50, you and me. I said,
No.
no. So I'm waiting until they say, okay, me. Because they have to understand that I can't be with you 24/7, and like, hand when you, I don't know, reaching for a cake or something.
No.
I can't be there. You have to say, oh no, Tundi would smack my hand if I would eat this. You have to think that and say, no, I shouldn't do this. Or when, I don't know, when you wanna binge in front of the TV, oh no, Tundi would say I need to go for a walk. So you have to get those things what I tell you on the
Mhm,
session
mhm.
and, you know, implement them. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And you can't blame me. Oh, it's not working. But did you do what I said? Well, hmm, sometimes. So yeah, but I think coaching is so amazing and like mentoring. Like I have multiple mentors and you know, it's so good to go to people who know better because I think the problem is so many people think I know everything or I don't need help. I figure it out. All these kind of things, you know. I didn't know anything about vegan lifestyle or what's, you know, happening um, inside of really me. And it was good to go to someone who in this like years because, you know, maybe he has a little bit more experience and knows what he's talking about. Then, yeah, I can do my research, but do I find something really useful? Um, do I really know what to do next? Well, then I just go someone and, oh, can you explain me this, that? Can you help? So I think it's so important to just go people and ask for help. And I think so many people is out there just so generous with their knowledge. I saw that on like Clubhouse, so many people is just sharing all their knowledge, and it's nice to see that you know we all here to try to help each other and improve each other's life and health, and it's just yeah, that's the way forward, I guess, because out there the big people are not really on our side, so we have to keep together and work on our health and make sure you know we don't going for the medication, but we eat you know all the nice veggies, fruits, which nature give us. That's nature's medicine, right?
That is really, really powerful what you just said there, Tune. And I am so thrilled for your brother. I am just like over the moon happy for your brother and for you because you really wanted to help him. You just were not sure if you were the right person, quote unquote, to do it. And what is so beautiful is that he reached out to you spontaneously and you were able to help him. And I have a question. Is it the same in terms of effectiveness? If the tape is if the recording is in your voice, you as the hypnotherapist, um, would it be the same if he recorded it himself? Like if the person, him or herself, records it and listens to it, or is it more effective for you as a hypnotherapist to record it and the person listens to it?
It's a very good question. And what I believe, this is just my belief, is not, I don't, you know, I haven't seen it written anywhere that in the Bible or something that this is like this. But what I believe, I think when someone is in the beginning of the journey, when
Mm,
they really lost and everything, I think it's better when someone else guiding you
got it.
because you show, I think, more respect to someone else than to yourself because you think you are nothing. That's why you should come to me. You don't feel you enough. You don't feel you deserve love.
Confidence.
You don't feel, you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
you have
that
no confidence or
confidence.
anything. So
Yeah.
when you're gonna tell to yourself, yes, I'm lovable, you guys, this is bullshit. I don't believe this. No, you know. So because that's where you are at that stage. But
Good
once
point.
you healed some layer, then
Mm,
it can work that you start to, because what we do in like in my therapy, first we remove the negative emotions like the anger, sadness, like week by week, because so we're just gonna go to events that when you felt angry, and we're just gonna check what's your learnings from the event, the positive learnings. And so when we remove all those things, at the beginning, you had lots of limiting beliefs. So when we get to the limiting beliefs week, I'm gonna ask, do you still believe that, I don't know, you are ugly person, no one gonna love you? And then you say, no, I'm a nice person, because you had so many learnings that you dismissed on the way.
yeah.
That's why the same situation keep happening to you,
Mhm,
because you still haven't learned the lesson. So it's
mhm,
going to
mhm,
happen until to
mhm.
learn. Like, I always meet with the same type of woman or man, and they all bad and da da da. And then once we realize those people make you angry or make you whatever, then okay, what you have to learn from here? You need to have more boundaries. You can't control everyone. Lots of things. But so they're gonna understand, okay, and then for next time when they meet with the same situation, they're gonna know how to handle it and okay, I need to set boundaries. I'm going on a date, okay, so what I need to do and all this kind of stuff. So it's so powerful. And then, so once you're getting stronger week by week, then you're going to trust yourself more and believe in yourself more, and you're going to be able to influence yourself in the right direction. But at the beginning, you know that you're doing something wrong, so probably you wouldn't believe in your own advices or your own affirmations. Because that's why I say, when you are poor and everything and you're telling this, I am rich, I am wealthy, deep inside you know that I am not, and I have no idea how to become, because you don't work on yourself, you don't do anything, you don't get any coaching, you just keep listening affirmations, I am rich, I am wealthy, and you're waiting for the money fall on you, and then it's not going to happen because you are still the same person. Nothing changed. So that's why I think it's just so important to first really get help from someone, heal yourself a little bit, get confidence, get your beliefs in yourself again, and then yeah, you're gonna know what to do, what's the best for you, and have to deal with all the situations in life.
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful and powerful. And I think again, going back to the example of your brother, you created the message for him. He listened, repeatedly, and then he started to make changes on his own in his in his consumption, in his practices, in his physique, in his lifestyle. So what I'm saying is, I mean, you just explained it, very beautifully, and you also, like, and then now I can understand, like, what happened with your brother or what happens with your clients, because it's like they do need that external help, that coach, that expert, that professional. And then from there, it's like, they become empowered. And I love that you were saying, to the layers, because I had a yoga teacher years ago. I went to a yoga workshop. I'm a little bit of a yoga tourist, if you will. I like to travel for yoga, not in the last couple of years, because, you all know what's been happening the last couple of years. However, before that, I was a yoga tourist. And that's how I ended up in Budapest twice to go to yoga events. But anyway, I was on another yoga trip, and one of the teachers, he was talking about, chipping away at the layers, like removing all those old patterns, those old beliefs, like you're saying, and those old practices, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I'm really glad that you brought up that chipping away, because when he said that, I was just like blown away. And for me, after that, it's almost like I felt like every time I practiced yoga, I was like chipping away at a layer. Like I was like literally or figuratively, energetically removing layers, each time, and I know there are other words for it too, but yeah, I really appreciate you bringing that up. So tell us, please, a little bit more about your hypnotherapy, your coaching. I don't know how you want to kind of combine it, but I guess for me, what I would love to hear, and hopefully this will help others too, is like, what is hypnotherapy?
But so that's what people think is something what you saw maybe on the TV, that people on the stage, they just do something, and the person starts to bark like a dog or something, and they can't control themselves. But that stage hypnosis is not hypnotherapy. So they are completely different things. Yes. So hypnotherapy is absolutely the most natural, relaxed state what you can get into, and we get into hypnosis like multiple times a day. So if you're driving home and you notice that you got into like, oh, what shall I cook today? And what should I? And then you realize like the half an hour journey in 5 minutes, you feel like, oh, I'm already home. That's a hypnotic state. That's where you were in your subconscious and thinking about everything. But while your conscious mind is on the road, and if there is a red, the brake light comes on in
Yes.
a car in front of you, you come back and, oh, okay, I need to brake, I need to. So that's your alert system. But your subconscious is processing your day, your emotions, what your boss said, what your partner said. You had an argument, you had this and that. So you can think about all of those things while you're doing something completely different.
Yes.
And so that's just so amazing. And so in the subconscious mind, we store all our emotions, our beliefs, our values, and all this kind of stuff, which literally brings up who we are, who we became, what we believe about ourselves mainly, and about the world. But most important, what we believe ourselves. Like 24/7, we telling things to ourselves. And most of the time, they are very negative things. Like if you really check on yourself, sometimes we beat up ourselves more than anyone else would. And what we always have to think about, like, would you talk the way have you talked to yourself with someone who you love the most?
No.
Probably not. So why you do it? Because you don't love yourself. So what hypnotherapists usually try to do is just to show the way again how to love yourself, because that's the key to the real happiness, is to be able to again accept yourself, love yourself, and want the best for yourself. So that's when you're going to have your boundaries, you're going to eat healthy, you're going to exercise, you're going to do all the good things, because you want the best for your body. But when you are in a dark place, and you just don't find anything to be happy for, or anything to motivate you, then you literally just in a state of, you want to die. Like, you're going down, and you do everything. Like, you don't go out, you don't get the vitamin D, you don't eat healthy, you're destroying yourself. This is like, literally destroying yourself, because you just don't value yourself. And so that can, end up in the severe depression. And from there, it's really hard to come out. And sometimes you need medication and all kind of things. So that's why when you catch yourself that you have more negative, thoughts, or more bad days than good days, that's when you really need to sit down and reflect on. And the good way is just to write journal about your feelings, because then you're gonna realize, okay, let's see how did I feel this week. And if you're gonna see that every day I was angry, I was angry, I was angry, I was angry, or I was, sad, 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 why is that happening? And if you can't figure out, then find someone who can help you, because even it can be just a friend, honestly, and just say, look at that, this and this and this happened. Because sometimes, friends are the best therapists, because they can see, the things from outside. And the main thing is just communicate, speak with someone. Don't suppress your emotions. Alcohol, not going to solve your problems. Drugs, not going to solve your problems. Cigarette and food, these are not going to solve your problems. They just going to prolong it and suppress it. So it's just so important to communicate. And that's what's like, more and more young people just decide suicide, and no one around them knows why. Well, he looked so happy, and then, wow, what happened? They don't know, because people living in their phone, they don't communicate with each other anymore. And this is so sad. Like, I saw all the time on the public transport, parents sitting next to their kids, and even the kids on an iPad or on their phone, instead of talking to each other, how was your day? Maybe they would say, I've been bullied. I've been bullied. I don't have any friends. I think I'm the ugliest in the school, something. But if they don't feel connection with their parents, then they're not gonna look for a therapist at 5, 6, 7, 8, or even in their teens. Their first therapist should be their parents. So it's such a big responsibility, but just spend some time with your kids, and you don't have to be so serious and okay, let's talk, and no, just go out and play, and then and tell a story to them. What happened with you when you were little, and maybe you've been bullied, and how did you deal with it? Because that's where they can learn from. They constantly listening and learning from you, and they're gonna learn how you solve problems. And that's going to be, and if that's what they say, like you go home, getting a bottle of wine and drink, and then they want, mommy, I wanna play with you. Mommy had a shit day. Let just watch the TV. What they gonna learn? Oh, when I have a shit day, when I'm an adult, just let's get a bottle of wine. And because that's how we learn, we learn from pictures, and we attach emotions to all the activities. So that's what really happens. And if we see, our parents were sad, but when they drink or something, they say, oh, I having this cake, oh my God, it's better than sex or something. These things stick in our brain, and then we're not gonna know when we grow up why I have an issue with sex or why I have issue with food. These are the reasons. So, parents has so big responsibilities on parenting, and don't expect the school, going to do the job, because it's really your job. And even if you don't know how to be a better parent, again, go and find help. And yeah, I don't really believe this yeah, learn from books and all these things, because yeah, again, it's yeah, I'm gonna read this book when I have time. How many books we bought that we never even opened because we had no time? But yeah, it sounds good that I bought this. I feel good because I bought that self improvement book, but I'm never gonna open it. What's the point? So yeah, invest in yourself. Get an appointment, and then you're gonna be accountable. You're gonna get definite help, and you can grow, and then you can change your life, and you can change your children's life. So yeah, that's what I would really suggest.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. And I've noticed a lot of people, they outsource the the upbringing of their family. And if they don't feel equipped to do it, then I do understand that they're overwhelmed, they don't feel equipped to do it, they can't handle it. By all means, hire a coach like Tunde, hire somebody, hire a therapist like Tunde, hire somebody who has the expertise, who can help you. Because we're not saying that everyone has to be Superman and Superwoman. And sometimes, I've learned the hard way. Many years ago, I learned this from someone else when I went to seek help. And he said to me, "Oh, it's courageous to actually ask for help. It's a strength. It's not a weakness." But many times, we are brought up to believe that if we ask for help, that means we're weak, that we are somehow deficient in something. And
Yeah.
I, like I said many years ago, I'm so grateful that I ended up with that particular person who said to me, "Don't worry, it's great that you're asking for help." So I really want to just mention that. And so, can you tell us a bit about your coaching program? You mentioned that you have like a 12-week program, and I don't know
Yeah.
if there's another one that any others you want to mention, but what should we know about your coaching programs?
Yeah, so I do two type of therapies, literally RTT, which is rapid transformational therapy, and I do hypnotherapy as well. And what I do now is a 12-week kind of weight loss program, but it's not really about the weight loss. It's about, just to understand what you're really hungry for, because
Yeah.
it's not food.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's so powerful when you realize that what you're hungry for, that food never gonna satisfy it. So you're just going to grow, grow, grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're still gonna feel hungry inside for something, because what is that? Is everyone is different. I wanna be seen. I wanna feel love. I wanna be accepted. Whatever it is, the reason. I help to rectify what is the root cause of your behavior. and then and then, as I said, in like the 12 weeks, we meet once a week, and we remove the negative emotions from your life, and I kind of show you how to deal with those situations in the future. And after that, we remove like limiting beliefs, if any left. And after, we do kind of future pacing. Okay, what do you want? How the perfect life would look like? So once you healed, you can build, because you can't like build a house on a mud. You need to have first a um, stable base, and then you can build on that. But until you have all these issues, but yeah, I want to have happiness and love and health and everything, but still I have all those old programming in me, then it's going to be conflict, and a subconscious mind, it can't deal with conflicting beliefs. So we need to clear those first. And yeah, so that's how this program works. And I going to do a workshop soon. And it's a free workshop where I'm going to talk more about the rules of the mind, to understand how it works and how you can hack it, and how you can make it work for you, not against you. And also, about different eating habits, what we have and why we have. And so how to deal with all these things. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. So if anyone, interested, just follow me. So you're not gonna miss the update once it's happening. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, they can just DM me, and happy to answer.
That's awesome. And so, so you mentioned that that's coming up. Are there any other future projects, services, anything that you wanted to
Um,
mention?
at the moment, I'm working on only like this, to get out to as many people as possible, just to kind of serve them before summer hit in.
Yeah,
And as you see, in 2 months, you could lose 13 kilograms if
yeah,
you want.
yeah.
But I know it's kind of it's very a big amount. So if someone just want to lose a little bit less, because it was quite a quick loss, and your skin need to adapt. So
Yeah.
um, I wouldn't recommend, to be honest, to lose that much weight that quickly. But it happened just because of the excess calorie from the alcohol. It's been quit, and then he was showing me eating salad and things, and I was like, I never seen you eating salad. So I just yeah, it was just amazing to honestly to see that. Yeah, and the fun thing is, I kind of, because this is when you are on the right way, this inner child is get alive again and is happy. And then you could see, he was so proud and showing all these things and kind of showing off like a little child. And that's what we want, to bring that child who been never felt happy, never felt loved. But we probably, just didn't care about them for a while, because we live in the everyday drama and problems and everything, and we forget about our little nurturing our little inner child. And then when we treat ourselves well, the inner child is happy and is going to show and is going to come out, and we're gonna have smile again. We're gonna enjoy life much better you're gonna attract right people, that he met with a nice girl and things like that. So everything gonna get into place once you choose yourself.
Wow, that was amazing. Again, I'm just so happy for your brother and for you, obviously, too. Oh my gosh. So, Tunde, tell us, what are the best ways for people to contact you for information, collaboration, questions, comments, etc.? Anything they want to
Yeah,
contact you for, how can they do that?
yeah. So they can read more about on my website, which is 𝕐𝕒𝕒𝕣𝕚-ℚ or just follow me on Instagram and contact me on DM or book 30 minutes call, whichever you prefer. And yeah, let's just have a chat. I always try to give some value even in that little chat. To show you, identify you, where you going, where you at, because so many people don't even know. Like, okay, what do you want? I don't know. So
It's true.
you need to know. You need to know, otherwise I can't get you there. If you don't know, I don't know. It's not my job to know what do you want. I can just help you on the way. But yeah, so definitely, please reach out and yeah.
Awesome. And I'm gonna reveal something that I've never revealed on camera before. I went for a consultation for some coaching some years ago, and I thought I was going for, I'll just say, subject A. Okay, I thought that what was important was subject A, whatever A is. I won't reveal what A is. Well, my dear, when by the time I got through the consultation with this coach, he said, no, no, no. That subject A, whatever that is, that's good. However, we need to have a look over there at this other topic, this other subject B, I'll call it. And I was like, what? How'd that happen?
Yeah.
And I am serious, like that other subject just affects so like everything in my life. And I was not able to see that without someone else's eyes and expertise and professionalism to point that out to me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We usually don't see, but everyone else around us usually see us. So that's what I'm saying, you can go if you have a honest friend, because that's hard sometimes, even, to find an honest friend who gonna tell, because it's so important. Like,
I agree.
so many of us, feeling like, I don't know, maybe, your friend has a bad breath,
Yeah.
and, I don't want to hurt
No.
them. I probably just not gonna say anything. But if you don't say, are you really a good friend? Because everyone else is going to smell it. Maybe they're never gonna have a date or anything because of that. So, not a rude way, but
No.
you should let them know that, hey, maybe try my toothpaste. It's so good. I just bought it. Maybe you should try. It's so good. And then if you like it, you can keep it or something. Just try to help them. It's like in a cheeky way, because I'm not saying you should hurt your friends and
No.
say you are fat, you are ugly, you are
No.
whatever.
No.
Just try to influence them. And if I don't know, they don't dress very attractive or anything, hey, I think we should go to the shop. I want to buy some nice clothes. You should come with me. And oh, you should try it on. I think looks so good on you. I think you should take this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because they can't see, because they're so
No.
used to it. And another rules of the mind is, our subconscious only loves what is familiar, and it
Wow.
doesn't like what is not familiar. It doesn't like the change, because change, I don't know, it's maybe painful. I don't know how to deal with it and all this kind of stuff. Because what if I start to dress nice and people gonna compliment me? I'm not used to that. What I'm gonna do? And these things going in your back of your head, and that's what sabotaging you,
Yeah.
to improve. But when it's someone else there and keep, telling you and encouraging you that that's the right way to do it. Don't worry, you're doing great. And yeah, take the compliment, say thank you, and enjoy. So it's just so amazing. So I always say, make sure you look around your circle. I always say, because you became the 5 people around you,
Yeah,
their average. So it's just so important, to choose your friends wisely
I agree.
and be around people who you want to become. Because, and they don't have to be all the same, because
Right.
maybe there
No.
is one who is very successful in business, the other is so healthy, the other is this and that.
That's a
And
good
then
point.
you just try to learn their best qualities. And, that's how it works.
Oh my gosh. This is like a master class here. Okay, so today, seriously,
Oh,
this is
sorry.
a
I
this
don't want to sound like coachy, but
yeah,
yeah, I just
no,
love to, talk
we
passionately about these things.
we need it. We need it today. We need it. So listen today. Before I have you wrap this up and put a bow on it for us, please, with your final thoughts, I want to thank everybody who joined, either live or on the replay. Of course, I want to thank you, Tunde, from the bottom of my heart as well. It's been so great to chat with you face to face after chatting with you on the audio app over on Clubhouse. And so, Tunde, what are your final thoughts for us today, please? If you could just wrap this up and put a bow on it for us, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So don't believe anything that you heard about vegan diet. Try it yourself, and just listen to your body. And I think if you do it right, you're never gonna look back. And trust me, well, yeah, you need to learn a little bit to cook, and then you can save tremendous amount of money.
It's true.
Because yeah, don't buy the processed vegan food, because they are expensive, and they are,
Yeah.
I don't think they're any healthier than eating the meat or all these kind of products.
Some
So
of them
I
are. Some of them are healthier, but
yeah.
I just want to jump in here. Some of them are healthier. However, if we're still piling on, like you were saying earlier, the salt, the oil, and the sugar, then those elements are not going to help us as much. But yeah, so I totally
Yeah.
agree with
So
you though. We want to, and
yeah.
that's what's in a lot of the processed food, like you're saying,
Mhm.
and that's
Yeah.
why you can control the salt, oil, and sugar, when you make it yourself.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And actually what's in it. So not all, any like preservatives or coloring, flavoring, whatever it is. So it's
You.
just the food, what you want. And yeah, and about mindset, if you don't feel that you are strong enough to make a change in your life, but your health require a change, then just look for professional help. If it's a fitness coach, if it's a mental coach, or a life coach or anything.
Yeah.
But look for help. Don't give up on yourself. That's the most important. Never give up on yourself. Don't think I'm too old for this. Um, I don't have enough money, whatever, because there are so many people, out there, and you can find your match. And yeah, the most important, don't give up on yourself, and just know that you are enough. That's what I would say on the end, because
It's
it said on
beautiful.
my bracelet,
Oh
you are enough. You remember that. No matter what else, your parents said, or your bully said, or your colleagues or boss or anyone said, or your exes said, just remember, you are enough. You are here for a reason. Someone put you here with a purpose. And if you're still here, you still woke up in the morning, it's because you still have job to do. And it's maybe, make someone smile, or just to be there for them. But yeah, know that you are here for a reason. And there are hard times for everyone. No one life is perfect, even if social media shows. Know that is, maybe they just better with filters, maybe better with Photoshop, but nothing else. And no, don't think everyone is richer than you or more successful than you. And there is abundance in everything. You can be wealthy, you can be healthy. Just, you have to do something. You have to change the way you are. And if it didn't work in the past, then you have to try something else. And yeah, just don't give up.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was just perfect today. And I just want to thank you so very much again. I want to thank everybody else who joined. And so today I'm going to save this to Instagram, IGTV, my feed and stories, and then I'll message you after.
Thank you very much for having me. It was so nice to meet you in
Y-
face to face.
Yes, exactly. For me too. Awesome. Okay, Tunde. So I will connect with you right after this.
Thank you
Thank
very much.
you. Take
Have a
care.
nice
Bye
day.
bye. You
Bye
too.
bye.
Have a good night. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.